Now I'm going to be turning my attention to the trolley, and honestly this looks pretty interesting, and this is from the Large City Tower by Lego City. This is set number 60473, contains I think 1,961 pieces, retails for $209.99, and set was provided by the Lego Group for review, so thank you Lego. And yeah, I have a feeling that's where 90% of the stickers are going to go, is on that right there. Would have been nice if all that was printed, but that's graffiti or something, we don't know. And remember in the last installment we did the two vehicles here and some minifigures. These weren't too bad. And I found out it was just a little easier to break these builds down into smaller build installments instead of having something large. Now, I'm not doing one bag per installment. I'd be here till the cows come home. So this booklet here covers bags 3 and 4. So I already have these teed up. Looks like we got some small to medium pieces here. Not too terribly bad. And I think it's going to be a lot easier to do it like this than it is to just do something large and massive. You know, I mean, I don't want to be here doing 2-hour videos. And yes, I think this is pretty good. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. We're going to start with bag 3. And we'll see how well this one's going to go today. And yeah, it's a lot better to edit smaller files. I just got done with the pink flower set, and my god, that's scratched. Lego. I have a feeling these are probably just as bad. I got to put them down here so I could see them. I mean, these look okay. But I am just trying to get a lot of the other stuff done. I still got a tutorial. Today is the 12th of June 2025, and today is tutorial editing day, so I got a tutorial that I got to edit, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, you know, I've got competition that likes to snoop in on here. Okay, and I dumped them all in one big pile again, which I shouldn't do. Okay, now I could dump bag 4 out, but let's not make this any more complicated than it is. Alright, so in addition to having a scratchy throat today, I'm in the mood to sort parts, so I've been sorting a bunch of stuff today. And we're going to start with the minifigure. And yeah, I've been finding a lot of interesting pieces that I could use for future builds, so it's like, okay, I need to really go through that. And Lego, please bring back the 1x4x3 train windows. Those would be better than these square ones. I was lucky enough to grab a whole bunch of train windows, and they were by accident years ago. And I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're white. I bought them for a house project, and they just kind of sat there. And don't worry, we'll get to the minifigure. I promise. But I don't even know. I just got so many things going on right now, so I'm trying to just nibble at it very slowly. Okay, well, I found part of the figure, but I am going to have to rotate this thing around. Sorry if it's a little tippy today. I'm just kind of not really myself today. It's just getting close to Father's Day, and yeah, so did I get it up to the edge? It looks like I did. No, right about there, that's good enough. And you know, that's kind of tough. This will be my second year without my dad, so yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, what can you do? Crying and pouting about it ain't gonna help any. So she must be the trolley conductor. Even my asthma today has been flaring up, so the pollen count is pretty horrific today. I'm trying to find the wig now. There it is. We spend like 3 hours on the minifigures. There we go. Not too bad, huh? Okay, we'll put her off to the side. Yeah, but let me know if you like the smaller videos. Usually it's a lot better. Okay, now it looks like we're starting the chassis of the trolley. So see how Lego does 2 pieces like that on top? I sometimes will do that. It depends on the size of the build. But I try to avoid it as much as I can. But now when I'm writing up my own building guides, now I see why Lego does the things they do. And let me see if I can go down a little lower here for you. Here we go. And let me turn that on while we're here. May have to get up to get the inhaler here. I hate taking that thing. It's like steroids or something like that. And it opens up my airways. I try to give it some time, and if it seems like I'm not getting enough air, then I will. Now we got to make 2 of these. Asthma's not fun. It's boring. But we found out what causes the trigger effect for my asthma, and it's allergies. You know, and it's not fun, but it's just something we have to deal with. And yeah, so I've been really kind of hitting hard on getting sets parted out. I'm starting to part out the Decker tree. That has so many leaf pieces, I may have to get a larger bin for just leaf pieces. I'm starting to obtain the little 1x1 plate with leaf. I've got some of those now. I got a good chunk of them, enough to really do a decent sized tree. And so I don't know, I may just build some kind of a tree or something with them just for fun. Maybe make a tutorial on it, I don't know. And it's always fun to just kind of poke around and you get newer parts. What can I do with them? And all that stuff. So that's the thing I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do here. Is that where they go? Oh, they go right there. Alright, they go on those plates. Alright. Oops, that doesn't go there. No, get it right, Jay. There we go. So let me know if you're watching this, do you like the shorter build installments? Yes, it's more editing, but it takes actually less time to do it. And then I can release them as I go. Like, okay, I got a portion of it. Instead of just releasing an 1.5-hour build, and then I'll just put them in a playlist as I go. But you know, half the time, and I'm going to be honest, I'll forget putting them in the playlist. Wow, regular blue bricks. Well, those are kind of rare. We don't ever see those. Train parts. You know, I need a couple of these. And I've been finding some scuffs on this glass, but not too bad. But I've been slowly obtaining train parts, so I'd like to get into building trains. Like custom trains. We're not talking about just some city build. I'm talking about a full-blown, just a full-blown custom build of a train. And that's when a GoPro would come in handy. But I would have to obtain literally, what I want to do would be about 2,000 pieces of Lego track. Or 2,500, I think. It was around that number. And that's a lot. That's a lot of track for that. So I'm trying to think here. Okay, we got to make 2 of these. Do I really want to get heavy into trains? Trains are cool though because they can be motorized. They can be ran with remote control. They're fixed to a track. And some of these guys who do train setups, man, they got elaborate builds. Now imagine taking a train setup and building my forest. Put those 2 together. You're talking an epic scene, and you just put a GoPro on there and just take a tour of the countryside. You know how long? You know how much money that would take for me to do that? It would take me a lot. I would have to forget about retirement. I would love to do that. There's some out there who have bigger pockets than me that can afford to do that. I can't, but I would love to do it. I have the land to do it. And just kind of set it up outside and just kind of go ham on it would be really cool. Take some of my buildings and put them there. It'd be kind of fun to do, but you know, that kind of thing. But just remember, we got to build 2 of these still, so I'm going to slowly start grouping parts. I'm having a hard time trying to find things. So I just kind of start grouping things out until I find it here. These are good. These are what I use for making my trucks, for like the receiver hitch and stuff. So I can always use those. And looks like we need a bunch of plates here. And hold up. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so far we're just on bag 3 out of 16. This is the 3rd little small model. It's still keeping my interest. So if you're planning on getting this set, I mean, it's not about the cost of a set now, because that's it depends on where you're at in the world. You know, Lego is just expensive. Out here in the States, it's really gotten expensive. But think of Lego as an investment toy. You know, you could take it apart and build something completely different out of it. It's like you build it once, you glue it together, and then you probably spend an hour with it and you're bored of it. And at least with this, you can build your own stuff. You can build it your way. But the thing I like about Lego, though, is you could explore your imagination. You don't have to follow the instructions. You could get this set and build something completely different out of it because you want the parts out of it. I was like that when I was little. And now I just go ahead and build the whole thing, and then like for a show and tell and a review, and then I rip the living daylights out of it apart and put my own touches on things. Like, okay, I need this piece for this mug, I need that piece to finish a tutorial, to show you something cool that you could build. That's what I do. Alright, now we put these on here. Oh, these just plug right in the little holes. That's not too bad. That's kind of cool for a base, and it's got some weight to it, so if you were to motorize this somehow, you don't have to worry about it tipping over too much here. Like I said, I like to get into trains, but it's a very expensive hobby. Now, I did get that Lego Arctic train. It's fully motorized and stuff like that. It says it comes with remote control. And yeah, we're going to be doing a complete build on that too. No speed builds, no censoring, nothing. It's going to be full raw uncut. We're not going to, I don't do that here. But this right here alone would have made a perfect, just a little city set by itself. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to put the headlights in there. Whoops. Well, we'll have to do that now. They were supposed to go in here. Well, that's my fault. My bad. I wasn't paying attention. But, well, we can easily fix that up, huh? Stick that right in there. And then, like that. So far, it doesn't matter which way it goes. It's pretty cool. And yeah, but since this building guy here has 2 bags, no, I'm not going to split the bags up. I'm going to go ahead and what I'm proposing to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just, I don't know, I think I'm going to break this thing down into building guides. Be better. I haven't really figured it out yet. Right now we're doing smaller builds. This one obviously is going to take longer just because we're doing a lot of medium pieces and small parts here. But I think whoever gets this, you're going to have a lot of fun. I'm having fun putting this one together. This set so far seems pretty... It could dull out later, and we don't know. But right now, it's keeping my interest. And, you know, I'm the only person on here right now that does these full builds. You know, there's some out there. I do a full, complete build, and it's like this for 5 minutes. That's good for advertising your main stuff. Now, I could do that too here and just speed this up. But it wouldn't do you any good if you're stuck on a step. And it would not do me any good when I do my notes. Of course, I could just use the notes for myself, but then that would not be fun. Well, it looks like we're spending a lot of time here adding weight to this. This has got some weight to it. I didn't see any power functions, so obviously this is not, it's not motorized, but yeah. Kind of curious how we're going to do the front windows here. And let's see here. So we got 2 of these that are printed to go each way, so yeah, this is... I really want to see how this thing turns out. Oh, they're not supposed to go there. You know, I'm being a bonehead again. They're supposed to go on the palisade brick. Put that right on there. Get that right there. Now we got it working. That's where the conductor sits. Of course, the seats fit in here. And these go in here like this. This doesn't seat a whole lot of minifigures, but this is only 6 studs wide. Probably 8 when you put all the fancy stuff on the outside. And then now we got to put the doors on. We got to do 2 of these. Now I like these double doors or French doors, and they're cool to have. These are really nice to have. And it's like, yeah, I wish they had these back then when I was a kid, but they didn't. You had to put 2 doors. And remember the little door that stuck on the stud and only opened up one way? If you want to do French doors, we just kind of had to set them side by side and just pretend. Yeah, that's all we had to do. I should have put the... I found out Lego shows you the handles go on last, but I'm going to be honest with you. When I write up my building guides, the first thing we do is we put these on first, then we stick them in. It's actually a lot faster writing up the building guides that way. And then these go in here. Let's do this one real quick. So I have a feeling this build installment here is going to be about 40 minutes. So we're starting to creep up to that danger zone, but I'm not splitting this thing up into 2 build installments. It's just kind of just weird. So we're not going to do that. I mean, I'm not going to stop in the middle of it. Because right now we're getting close to about 20 minutes now, and I don't want to, like I said, make these really lengthy. Okay, now we're starting to put stickers on things. Page 30, 26. Oh, okay, I was going to say. And it's all stickers now. So I need to find sticker number 18, which is that right there with the city on there. That's kind of cool. I wish it was printed, but... And you got to stick it on the flap here. These old warehouse style windows, the flap windows. And I can't get these stickers on for the life of me today. You know, and I'm just gonna bluntly say it, with a set over 200 bucks, I shouldn't have to put stickers on it, to be honest with you. But honesty on this channel, that's what it is. I mean, I still get those from time to time. And then we got to find 19, which is this one here. You know, Jay, you're being a little too harsh. Stop being blunt. Sugarcoat it for me, please. I could sugarcoat it and say, okay, this is the best set. I mean, I haven't finished yet, so I can't say it, but the stickers on a $200 set are kind of atrocious, especially when I just got that on there and it's crooked. I'm going to tell you right now, this is what's going to kill this set, is stickers. If you can't get them on straight, you have a hard time finding somebody who can. I don't have anybody here. It's like this one's too low. Yeah, these are yeah. So yeah, I think this is going to be probably a 7 easy. We need to get sticker number 16. There's always been some out there, including myself, who say, well, why would you spend that kind of money on a set and their stickers? I don't know. And sometimes I'll get a set. I managed to get that one under pretty good. Well, third time's a charm. You know, there's, you know, some out there are like me. They just thinking, why would you pay that kind of money for this? I don't know, you know. But you notice now we're spending a lot of time putting stickers on. I haven't done any building now. It's all stickers. There we go. And that takes care of the windows. We've already gotten. I think all the stickers are going to go on this, to be honest. I can use these in this color. I'm looking for bluish green or teal. I'm looking for this color. Like just anything in general. If I see a part on Pick-a-Brick, I'm slurping it up for vehicles. This make a good vehicle color here. Just got to find more of it. I don't have a whole lot of this color, and I don't have deep pockets to buy everything I need. And some parts just don't exist. There we go, and that takes care of that. And then now we got to make a couple of small windows here with these. Get these out of the way here. Now these are the official train windows we had back in the day where they're rounded. And these are kind of nice to have if you have the bigger ones. Although gray is not really my favorite color. And there's the last one, and these go right here. Okay. Well, it's starting to look like a trolley, huh? And then after that, we got to get a couple of jumper plates on here. I'm starting to get a bit parched, so I need to speed this up and get something to drink, because I'm not going to do that while I'm on a recording session here, and some people do. That's why I do it in between breaks. I say I'll be right back. Sometimes I got to get up, check on my mom, got to get something to drink, that kind of thing. Yeah, it looks like this is the last step here for this bag, and we're just tiling this off. So far, it's pretty interesting. At least now it's starting to look like a trolley. Just imagine getting a bunch of these hooked together. Make a little train out of this. We haven't got to the wheels yet. And that's what we have remaining here for bag 3. And yeah, so far it's pretty good. Just the stickers are kind of a letdown. Alright, now we're going to finish up with bag 4. You know, just the vehicles in this one here alone that we've done so far would have been a nice little city accessory pack. Uh-oh, is that going to be a string that we're going to have to tie? That's all taped up. Well, I don't think I have a knife here, but I'm going to take a peek. Man, I got to mutilate that. Still can't see the surprise. Oh. We got two, like silver rods, so this must be for the wheels. Okay. I know if you get train parts, you got to buy all these parts separate from Lego. Okay, and now back to the build. Looks like this is just a bunch of medium stuff here. Got some window pieces. And yeah, it's like these. Usually there's rubber bands on these, but these don't have them. I'm just trying to find that. I don't want to lose these round or these shafts. Put these here. Just trying to clean up the bulk. Okay, I have a feeling we're going to be building mirrors of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and build the mirrors now. Okay, so just do them like this. One of you asked me, you're thinking about going to college. What's college like? You know, what is it like? I'm going to tell you right now, it's nothing like high school. You get to go to class when there's no bell. There's no bell to go off. You just have to make sure you have a watch or something. And you meet up to your class. And when you're done, when the professor's done teaching, sometimes they're just done, you just get up and leave. You don't have to wait for the bell to ring. In college, you know, compared to high school work, they pretty much teach the same thing except it's more involved. And then you actually have to more rigorous work, like term papers, research papers, all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on in college versus high school. So you're not just writing like a little 5-paragraph essay. Now, if you're getting out of school and you're doing your dissertation, you got to write up a dissertation. You're talking a couple hundred pages. Mine was over 200 pages. But if it's a field that you enjoy, it's not too bad. And then we just got that done. So that's what it is. So college life is not... some people make it out to be scary, and this is one of those ones that's going to be mirrored here. So if I were you, if you're thinking about going to college, it's not that bad. It's just the workload's a little bit more involved. Junior college is like a 2-year college. You get your associate's degree. It's not too bad. It's like a transition, so that's where you should start. If you're thinking of going to college, just start there and just take a course or two. Just take a few courses. They're usually cheaper. Just start there and see if you like college life or not. I started at a junior college. Went to a 4-year institution, and then I went to grad school. And yeah, that's how it is. But what would be the difference with these? These look almost the same here. I'm just putting the windows in it now. I'm going to have to check here. What's the difference here? I don't know. Let's see here. You know, I noticed in this book sometimes the pages stick. Oh, you know why? Because 2 of these have stickers. Okay, we'll do that right now. So, you know, going to college is, you know, it's not for everybody. It really is not. I know somebody who doesn't want to go to college. It seems scary. It seems like a lot of work. I'm not going to lie, it is a lot of work. It is. It can get boring. It really can. I'm going to tell you, college can get boring. And we need to find... Okay, so 2 of these go on. We're going to put these on later. So I need sticker number 14 to put on these other ones, which would be these right here. I see 3. And IC number 3, would it be building a computer now? Got that one on there. But, you know, it's not bad to go to college. It's just a lot of work. Boy, talking about a scratch there on that window piece. Looked like a crack. Maybe the vandals did that. But it depends on the field you're going into. It just, you know, depends on what you want to do when you get older. Okay, so the sticker ones go on the right hand side, the plain ones go on the left. So you snap this in here on that right there. What I'm gathering, it should snap in place like that. And the sticker one goes right here. And they stay in place, they don't move. That's really, I like that. It looks pretty cool. I just wish this was more flush. Maybe we'll be building that out, we don't know. But yeah, it's not too bad, huh? It looks really nice. I like this trolley car. This looks really cool. And then now we're going to go back to stickers again. That fun. So talking about college being boring, yeah, stickers are boring too. I got to find sticker number 11, which is that mess there. We'll put that on there. Of course, if you get it upside down, you can just flip the part around. And yeah, so if you ever want to go to college, it's work. It's not, I can't say it's hard or easy. It depends on the course. So we got that one there. And the next sticker is 10, which is that one there. So if you're planning on doing that, kudos. Some people take a couple of semesters off. But once you start college, don't take off semesters. Because you have, it depends on the university. Most universities do this. They call catalog rights. Let's say you start school, go in college in fall of 2025. You're locked into that catalog for those courses and the requirements. If the college decides to change requirements, you don't have to take them because you're under that catalog. You can go to school for 20 years as long as you're under that catalog. When I went to college, you only needed 1 year of foreign language. Okay? And by the time I graduated, you had to have 2 years of foreign language. And I didn't have to take the 2 years because I was under my catalog rights. So just look into that. In college, you do have rights. But if you're, it depends on the institution. You may want to go to talk to your counselor or your instructor. They usually will help you out with that. And then the last sticker here. So I told you, look at it, most of the stickers are going on just the trolley. We haven't done anything else yet. We're not even done yet. We're still putting stickers on. And my nephew's got a few friends that try to go to the junior college and they couldn't keep up with it. They, you know, in high school they just pass you through. In college, they don't. They'll fail you if you're not doing the work. And yeah, I was like, dude, you just have to do it. You just have to. And then now we're going to start putting wheels on the bottom. You got to do this twice. Boy, I hate when these things fall down like that because I can't pick them up. Well, these just come off real easy. But they'll be inside tracks, so... And they just snap right in there. Like that. That spins pretty good. There's no bearings in it. But yeah, enough about college talk. But somebody asked me about it. Is it like high school? No, it's a lot different. And if you don't like a course, you can drop it. But you can only drop it in so much amount of time before you lose your refund. If you take it for a week, you lose a little bit. You take it for 2 weeks, you lose a little bit more. And after the third or fourth week, it's like, sorry, Charlie. And then it doesn't matter, let's match it the way that they have it here. This goes in here. So I have a feeling you can connect more up to this. Now it looks like we're turning our attention to the roof. And yeah, I like this. This looks really good. The stickers are kind of a letdown, but you know, it's to be expected. Alright, so let's get going here. 1 by 12 plates. I got so much of them now. I've been hoarding those up. What is this? Okay, this is the top. So are we building a train track here? Because it looked like that. I thought we were building a track there. It's like a track, you know. Like, no, they haven't been. These are just a. There we go. I wish they made some of these for the 4-stud wide ones, or made these 8 studs would be better. And then now we put these on here. So now back to the set. I know a lot of you guys like hearing the stories and stuff. But the set is keeping my interest. This is not a bad one. Okay. It's not a bad build. Okay. Okay, put the radiator grill. That must be the little air conditioner or the exhaust. I don't know. And that's it. And plus you can take your other figures you have with this and put them in there. Alright, and we'll put the top on the trolley. I don't have any tracks in here, but obviously this can fit on a track where the tracks are spaced by 4 studs. And honestly though, yeah, I like this trolley. So you could obviously make a bunch of these. Just different colors. And just have them like in a theme park or something too. And yeah, so Summation of Thoughts. So far the set is still keeping my interest. We're doing vehicles right now. We haven't done anything big. We haven't done the big vehicles yet. We've already used a good chunk of the sticker sheet. And the stickers are a letdown on the model. But they're not bad. It's like I'm putting on a bunch of little things. But for me personally though, the stickers, you know, for a $210 set, it's a little pricey, you know, for the stickers. But for me personally, though, you're not going to go wrong with this model so far, and it's keeping my interest. But tell me what you think. I mean, I like the trolley.